Hi, my dear students. How are you? I am fine. I think you are all well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also well. Today I will take class on transformation, especially transform complex to simple. Sometimes you find it difficult to transform a complex sentence into simple. I want to clarify you and make it easy towards you so that you can easily transform a complex sentence into simple. So listen to me carefully and concentrate what I am saying here. So let's start the class. Welcome, my dear students, to my class. Here is the introductions of me. I am Muhammad Shahidul Islam, assistant teacher, Auliapur High School. Here is my email address, shahidulislamtjc@gmail.com. Lesson introduce. It is for class 9, time 15 minutes, subject English, grammar. Today's lesson, transformation complex to simple. Learning objectives. What we will learn here. By the end of the lesson, students, you will be able to tell what are simple and complex sentence, write the rules of transformation, complex to simple, transform some sentence into complex to simple. So let's see the picture on, and I know you can easily say it is a picture of ice. So let's see another picture. It is a water, picture of water. Can you relate these two pictures? One is hard form of substances and the other is liquid, but the substances are the same. So one is ice and the other is water. They are the same, but their state is different. One is hard and the another is liquid. So transform of sentence just like of this. We have to change one thing into another, but we cannot change the meaning, just like these two pictures. See, here is an example. I saw the baby which was crying. In a complex sentence, there must have a principal clause and subordinate clause. But in a simple sentence, there must have a subject and a verb. So we have to change this complex sentence into simple. Let's see. I saw the baby which was crying. I have made this sentence into simple. I saw the baby crying. Meaning is same. Both of the two sentences, the meaning is same, but the structure is different. So let's see another example. I saw the bird which was flying. That means the bird was flying. I saw the bird flying. Meaning is the same, both of the two sentences, but the structure is different. So in this way you have to transform complex sentence into simple. So can you say what is our today's lesson? Yes, transformations complex to simple. You are right. Thank you all. So if we want to transform complex sentence into simple, we have to learn some rules. See here, since, as, when, they are used in a complex sentence, but when we will make it a simple sentence, we have to use, instead of this word, verb on, that means verb in present form plus ing. In other ways, if we see since, as, and it indicates reason, we have to use because of. So that in this type of word, so that we have to use to instead of this so that. And if it is so that, we have to change it to plus verb on, that means verb in present form. Let's see an example. When the thief saw the police, it's a subordinate clause. He ran away, it's a principal clause. Remember, we cannot change the principal clause, we have to change the subordinate clause. So instead of when the thief saw, that means the subordinate clause, when, instead of this part of the sentence, we have to write verb on, saw, we have to make the verb saw into see and then add ing. So seeing the police, he ran away. As we have excluded the thief from the subordinate clause, we have to use it in the principal clause as the subject. We cannot use the pronoun of the subject. Let's see another example. As he is ill, he cannot move an inch. In this part, instead of as he is, we can write because of his being ill. You know, if you found in a complex sentence since, as, when, and the verb is am, is, are, was, were, instead of them you have to use being. If you find have, has, had, instead of this word you have to write having. And if you find other verbs, just make it verb on plus ing, then rest of the sentences will be the same. Let's see another example. The man is so old that he cannot move. So instead of so, we have to write to, to, and instead of that, subject, can, could, plus not, instead of this part we have to write to. Let's see the answer of this. To, instead of so we have to write to, and instead of that, subject, can, could not, we have to write to. Let's see. We ate so that we may live. In this type of sentence, instead of so that, just you have to write to, then rest of the words of the sentences will be the same. So we eat to live. Then work in groups. Write the answer of these sentences. You have to transform this sentence into simple. I think you have written all the answers. Just match them with these answers. Let's see the answer of these sentences. I think you have all done well and made them correct. Thank you. Next, we see some other rules. If you see though and although in a complex sentence, you have to change these two words into in spite of or despite. In spite of or despite, then subject into possessive case. Rest of the structure will be the same as the previous rule, since as when. If you see relative pronoun, you have to transform this relative pronoun. Just you have to follow the structure subject plus verb plus ing. This structure you have to write if you find relative pronoun. If you find when it is and if it indicates a long time, you have to write in plus this long time. But if you find it a short time, just you have to use at instead of in before the time. If you find when, you have to write instead of when at the time of for the time, and if it indicates the age, you can write at the age of instead of when. If you find if plus affirmative, just conditional sentence. If it is if plus affirmative sentence, you have to write instead of if by plus verb 1 plus ing. Rest of the sentences will be the same. So let's see some example on these rules. Though they work hard, they cannot develop their conditions. So instead of though, we have to write in spite of, then verb 1 plus ing. That means in spite of working hard, they cannot develop their conditions. Let's see another example. The boy who is begging from door to door is an orphan. So you see here who is a relative pronoun. So instead of this part, you have to write the boy begging from door to door is an orphan. So the relative pronoun who and the auxiliary verb or the main verb, auxiliary verb is, will be removed from the sentence. Let's see another example. When it is spring, the cuckoo sing. Here when it is indicates a long time spring, so instead of when it is we have to use in, then rest of the sentence will be the same. Let's see another example. They came here when it was raining. So raining is a short period of time or happenings. So instead of when it was, we can write at the time of. Let's see another example of conditional sentence. If you work hard, you can shine in life. So it is a example of if plus affirmative sentence. That's why instead of if, we can write by, then verb 1 plus ing. Other parts of the sentence will be the same. By working hard, you can shine in life. So work out them individually. Write the answer of this sentence and show me. Now, when it is summer, it becomes emaciated. He learns his lesson when it is time to learn. Though he is poor, he is honest. If you read more, you will learn more. The people who live in the village are farmers. So I think you all write them. So let's match the answer of the sentence I am telling towards you. When it is summer, that means in summer it becomes emaciated. He learns his lesson. Instead of when it is time, you have to write at the time of plus verb 1, 2 plus verb 1. So he learns his lesson at the time of learning. Though he is poor, he is honest. Instead of though, you have to write in spite of, then the verb being instead of is. So being in spite of his being poor, you have to write positive case of the pronoun he. So in spite of his being poor, he is honest. If you read more, you will learn more. Instead of if, you have to write by, then subject you will be omitted, and then the verb 1 read, you have to add ing to the verb read, then rest of the sentence will be the same. So by reading more, you will learn more. Then we see the next sentence. The people who live in the village are farmers. Here who is a relative pronoun, you have to omit it, and then with the verb live you have to add ing, then rest of the sentence will be the same, no change will be here. So the answer of this sentence is the people living in the village are farmers. I think you have got it. So let's see, other examples are here for you. You have to write them or transform them into simple correctly. Try to transform this sentence. We need flowers so that we can decorate a place. He sits to read when it is time to read. As people sell these mangoes, they earn a lot of money. Though cricket is a costly game, people of all classes enjoy playing it. So I think you have done them. Let's see, the answer of this sentence. Instead of so that, we have to use to. I have explained these rules, and instead of this part, so that we have to use to. So the answer of this sentence is, we need flowers to decorate a place. Let's see the next sentence. He sits to read when it is time to read. So the answer of this sentence will be, he sits to read at the time of reading. As people sell these mangoes, they earn a lot of money. Here people and they, both the subjects are same, so we have to omit this as and people and add ing to the verb sell. So the answer of this sentence will be, selling these mangoes. Instead of they, we have to use people. People earn a lot of money. The next sentence, though cricket is a costly game, people of all classes enjoy playing it. Instead of though, we have to use in spite of. As the subject is different to the both clauses, so we cannot remove this subject. That's why we have to write in spite of cricket being. Instead of is, we have to use being a costly game, people of all classes enjoy playing it. So I think you have got it. So here is a homework for you. People who are in general are fond of glittering things. You have to make this complex sentence into simple. We can build up a developed society by reading books. You have to make it complex sentence. You see, it's a simple sentence. We can build up a developed society by reading books. Here main verb is built. Throwing of garbage here and there may pollute the environment. It's also a simple sentence. You have to make it a complex sentence. So you have to do this homework for me and show me in the next class. So my dear students, today I want to conclude here. If you find any difficulty in the class, let me know your problem and I will try to make it easy towards you. So thank you. We will meet in the next class. See you again.